You're not stuck. You're emotionally exhausted. Let that truth settle. So many people believe they're stuck in life because they can't move forward. They feel frozen, unmotivated, disconnected. But being stuck is not the same as being exhausted. When emotional energy runs low, movement feels impossible. Not because you don't want change, but because your system doesn't have the capacity to carry it right now. That's not failure, that's fatigue. So before we talk about progress, direction, or clarity, we need to talk about rest. Take a breath, not a forced one. Just notice the breath that's already there. You are not here to fix yourself. You are here to recover. This is a reset. Emotional exhaustion builds quietly. It doesn't announce itself all at once. It comes from carrying things for too long, holding space for others, managing stress without relief, being strong without being supported. Eventually, the emotional system says, "I can't process anything else." And when that happens, everything feels heavy. Decisions feel overwhelming. Change feels distant. Even things you care about feel muted. That doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're depleted. Right now, your system is conserving energy. It's protecting itself from further overload. That protection can look like numbness, avoidance, indecision. But those are not character flaws. They are signals. Signals asking for care. So let's slow down. Notice your body. Where are you holding tension without realizing it? Your shoulders? Your jaw? Your chest? You don't need to force relaxation. Just allow a little softness. Emotional exhaustion often comes from being on for too long. Always responding, always adapting, always holding it together, even when no one asked you to. So if you've been feeling disconnected from yourself, if you've lost your sense of direction, if nothing feels clear anymore, that's not because you're stuck. It's because you're tired in a way rest hasn't yet reached. Emotional energy is different from physical energy. You can sleep and still feel drained. Because what's tired is not the body, it's the heart, the mind, the part of you that keeps showing up emotionally. That part needs relief, not pressure. You don't need to figure out your life right now. You don't need a breakthrough. You don't need a new plan. You need space. Space where nothing is required of you, where you're not expected to feel a certain way, where you don't have to make sense of everything. This moment can be that space. Let your breath stay easy. Let your thoughts come and go. You don't need to follow them. Emotional exhaustion often brings self-judgment. You start telling yourself stories. I should be further along. I should know what I want. I shouldn't feel this lost. But exhaustion clouds clarity. When emotional energy is low, clarity disappears. Not because it's gone, but because the system doesn't have access to it right now. Clarity returns with rest. So instead of asking yourself what to do next, ask something gentler. What would feel supportive right now? Not productive, not impressive, supportive. That question shifts the nervous system out of survival mode. You are allowed to stop pushing for answers. You are allowed to pause without labeling it as failure. You are allowed to admit that you've been carrying more than you realized. Emotional exhaustion does not mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long. And strength without rest always leads here. So let's release the idea that you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're resting between emotional breaths. This pause is not permanent. It's necessary. As this reset continues, notice if there's even a slight sense of relief. A little less pressure. A little less urgency. That matters. You don't need to feel better all at once. You just need to stop making yourself feel worse. You don't need to rush towards solutions. Solutions come when the system feels safe again, and safety begins with permission. Permission to rest. Permission to not know. Permission to be human. As we come toward the end of this reset, remember this: you are not stuck. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are emotionally exhausted. And exhaustion is something that heals when it's met with compassion. When this audio ends, don't rush back into pressure. Give yourself a moment of quiet. Then choose one gentle action. Not to move forward, but to support yourself. Clarity will return. Energy will return. Not because you forced it, but because you rested long enough to receive it. You're not stuck. You're recovering. And that is allowed. Stay here a little longer. There is no need to rush toward clarity yet. Clarity does not respond to pressure. It arrives when the emotional system feels safe enough to open again. Right now, your system is still settling. Emotional exhaustion often leaves people feeling disconnected from themselves. Not numb exactly, just distant. Like you're watching your life instead of living inside it. That distance is not permanent. It's protective. Your mind stepped back because it needed relief. So if you've been feeling less emotionally available, less responsive, less certain about what you want, that doesn't mean you've lost yourself. It means you've been conserving what little energy remained. Conservation is not failure, it's wisdom. You don't need to force yourself to feel more. Feeling returns naturally when the system feels supported. For now, it's enough to be here. Notice your breathing again, not changing it, just noticing. Notice the parts of your body that feel heavier, more grounded. Heaviness is not a bad sign. It's often the body finally letting go of effort. Emotional exhaustion comes from long periods of self-control, monitoring your reactions, choosing the right response, holding back what you feel so things don't fall apart. That takes energy. And when that energy runs low, the system slows everything down. That slowing is not getting stuck, it's recalibration. You are allowed to be in a season where nothing is being decided, where no big moves are being made, where your only job is to restore capacity. Capacity to feel joy again, capacity to care without strain, capacity to engage without fear of collapse. Those capacities return slowly, quietly, and they don't respond to urgency. So if impatience comes up, the urge to get back to normal, gently remind yourself, this is normal for recovery. You are not behind schedule. There is no schedule. Emotional healing does not run on timelines. It runs on safety. And safety grows through moments like this. Moments where nothing is demanded. Moments where you don't have to explain yourself. Moments where you're not being evaluated. Let this be one of those moments. You don't need to make sense of everything you're feeling. You don't need to label it. Just allow it to exist. If emotions surface, let them pass. If nothing surfaces, that's okay too. Both are signs of a system regulating. Emotional exhaustion often convinces people they're lost. But you're not lost. You're resting between emotional chapters. The next chapter doesn't begin with effort. It begins with rest, with patience, with gentleness, with not forcing answers before your system is ready. You don't need to know what comes next today. You just need to stop blaming yourself for not knowing. Self-compassion is not indulgence. It's fuel for recovery. So as we continue this reset, let go of the idea that something must change immediately. Nothing needs to change right now. This pause is doing important work beneath the surface. As this extension gently moves toward its close, Carry this truth with you. You are not stuck. You are not weak. You are not failing at life. You are emotionally exhausted, and exhaustion heals when it's met with understanding. Take your time re-entering your day. Move slowly. Choose fewer demands. Reduce emotional labor where you can. And when the thought returns that you should be further along, remember this moment. Remember that rest is not stopping your life. It's preparing you to live it again. You're not stuck. You're recovering. And recovery is not something to rush. Stay gentle with yourself. Let's remain here a little longer. Nothing needs to resolve itself yet. Nothing needs to become clear. Emotional exhaustion often makes people believe they must do something to feel better. Fix something, decide something, change something. But healing doesn't respond to urgency. It responds to safety. Right now, your system is learning that it's safe to pause without consequence. You may notice moments of emptiness, spaces where emotion doesn't immediately fill in. That emptiness is not absence, it's recovery space. For a long time, your emotional world has been crowded. Responsibilities, concerns, other people's needs, unspoken expectations. Crowded systems need room before they can reorganize. So if things feel quiet inside right now, let them stay quiet. You don't need to rush to refill that space. Emotional exhaustion also affects how you see yourself. You may feel less confident, less sure of your identity, less connected to your purpose. That doesn't mean you've lost who you are. It means the part of you that reflects on identity and purpose is resting too. You are still you, even when you're not actively defining yourself. You don't disappear during rest. You integrate. Integration happens when the nervous system is calm enough to make sense of experience. That takes time, and you are giving it time now. Notice if your breathing has slowed even slightly. Notice if your thoughts feel less urgent. These are signs that the body is moving out of emotional survival mode. Survival mode makes everything feel personal and immediate. Rest reminds the system that not everything needs a response. You don't need to respond to every thought. You don't need to react to every feeling. Some things can simply pass through. If you've been carrying emotional responsibility for others, this rest is especially important. Caring deeply without adequate recovery leads directly to emotional exhaustion. That doesn't mean you care too much. It means you cared without enough support. Support doesn't always come from others. Sometimes it comes from allowing yourself to stop. You are allowed to set things down, even things you love. Resting does not mean you don't care. It means you care enough to protect your capacity to keep caring. As we stay with this moment, allow yourself to feel held by nothing needing you. No one is waiting for you right now. Nothing is required of you. This kind of emotional stillness can feel unfamiliar, almost like you're forgetting something. You're not forgetting anything. You're remembering yourself. When exhaustion lifts, even slightly, you may notice small flickers of interest returning. Not big motivation, just gentle curiosity. Those flickers are important. They don't need to be acted on yet. They're simply signs that energy is reorganizing. Recovery does not happen all at once. It happens in quiet layers. Each layer releases when the one beneath it feels safe. You are not delaying your life by resting. You are restoring access to it. As we approach the end of this extension, there is nothing you need to prepare for. When you finish listening, move slowly. Choose calm over stimulation. Choose gentleness over pressure. And if the thought arises again that you should be doing more, meet that thought with compassion. It came from a part of you that learned survival through effort. You can thank it and choose differently now. You're not stuck. You're not lost. You're not failing. You are emotionally exhausted, and you are healing. Healing does not rush. Healing does not shout. Healing happens quietly, in moments like this. Take your time. This space will still be here when you need it again. Before we come to a close, let's allow this moment to settle completely. Nothing more needs to be processed. Nothing more needs to be understood. Just notice how it feels to be here now, without pressure, without expectation. This calm you're experiencing is not something you have to hold on to. It will come and go. What matters is knowing that you can return to it again and again. You don't need to wait until you're overwhelmed to pause. You don't need to reach exhaustion to deserve rest. You are allowed to listen early. You are allowed to care for yourself before things fall apart. If this reset helped you, if you felt even a small sense of relief, clarity, or grounding, stay connected. Subscribe for more deep resets like this, for moments when life feels heavy, confusing, or emotionally demanding. This space is here for you whenever you need to slow down and come back to yourself. And if you feel comfortable, leave a comment with one word that describes how you feel right now. Just one word. Not to explain yourself, not to perform, just to acknowledge this moment. Sometimes naming how we feel helps it settle a little deeper. As you return to your day, move gently. Let your pace be slower than usual. Reduce stimulation where you can. Create small spaces of quiet. You don't need to figure everything out today. You don't need to push yourself forward. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are emotionally exhausted, and you are healing. Healing takes time, and you are allowed to take that time. I'll be here when you need another reset. Take care of yourself, and move slowly from here.